Guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my previous video I have told you about the variables and some of the data types in my previous video. If you didn't watch my video, please go to my channel page or link is in the description below, so watch it. Now in this video I am going to tell you about the second chapter in Python, that is data types. In my previous video I have told you about data types only 3: int, float and strings. So that would be necessary to say that in the last video, but in this video we are going to discuss in deep what are data types and how many data types are there, what is the uses of data types and what are they, how to define them or how to use them, or how to convert a variable into a data type. So this PDF will be available in my description, so go and download them, and of every end of the PDF I will give you the practices which you can practice. In this I have given you the 3 questions which are very easy and I will explain also. So let's start. Data types in Python. In programming, data types is a very important concept, and almost in all the programming languages data types are similar. Variables can store different types of data, and different types can do different things. Suppose I'll show you. So I am minimizing the screen. So I am using Visual Studio Code for my Python. I have told you how to download it also. So I have created a file called python practice.py and I am showing you data types. So suppose x is equals to 1. So x is equals to 1 is a integer. So I have told you before, integer. But after keeping two inverted commas before and after the 1, it will become a string. So different types of variables can do different types of things, means different data types can do different type of things. So all the data types are assigned to the variables only. All the variables only store different types of data types. You cannot store data types into any other ones. So only the variables are data storing containers. So Python has the following data types built in default. So in these are categories. Text type. So whatever you text, you write between the 2 inverted commas, as you can see here. Anything you write, Ritvik, etc. Anything you write, that will become a string. So next, numeric types: int, float, complex. So I'll tell you examples of this one in the below, means after 2 minutes. Just listen what are the data types. Numeric: int, float and complex. Only the numbers with variables, numbers with decimals, only the numbers. These are 3 ones: int, float and complex. Next, sequence types: list, tuple and range. List and tuple, these store the values. Range also, they store the values which will give a list. Suppose there are the list called fruits, which is equals to mango, apple, banana, etc. Banana. So this is list example. So like this, it stores the values which we'll give to them. So this is a fruits are called a now fruits variable is called a list because it is storing a list of fruits which we are giving them. So like this, tuple also, range I will tell in the after 2 minutes. So mapping type dictionary, as you can see in dictionary we will have the keywords and the value we assign to it. Next, set type, set and frozen set. Boolean type means it is the statement true or false. Suppose if 2 is greater than 1, then it is true. The true statement is known as booleans. So binary types: bytes, byte array and memory view will not use much in our videos, but I'll tell you just for your knowledge. So let's move on to our topic, getting the data type. If you want to know the somewhat, okay guys, now you can get the data types by using type function. I have told you about this type function in my previous video. Again I'll tell who are the for new viewers. I gave example below, but I'll type another example also. Suppose x is equals to 1. So do you if you don't know about data types and you want to know what is the data type of x, so now you can do print, and you can use the type function to know which type of the data type is the variable. So just click on the run button, and after executing the program, it will show, suppose if it is an integer, it will show class int, class string, class boolean, etc. As you can see, our output is class int. So we can know that x, the value assigned to the x is an integer data type. So like this you can get to anything. I have told you about strings also. As you can see, now I'll run the program, then it will show it is a string, class string, because anything, any numbers, any information which we have typed between two inverted commas, then it is blindly computer takes it as a string. As you can see, our output is string. So let's move on to the next one, setting the data types. So here I have the given examples of each data type for better understanding. So as you can see, x is equals to hello world. I have already typed and showed you what is the class string. Next, x is equals to 20, that is integer, you may all know. X is equals to 20.5, I'll tell you that. X is equals to 20.5 or 20.0. So now we know that x 20.0 is equals to 20, but computer will believe that any number with any decimal number 0, 1 or any number, it will take it as float. Float numbers are the decimal numbers. Now float is the decimal numbers, so means numbers with decimals are called as floats. Next, as you can see here, integers with decimals are called as floats. It's very simple. I'll run the program and I'll show you. As you can see, class float, numbers or integers with any decimal, 0.0 also if you will keep, it will become a float. So next, x is equals to 1j, the combination of integers and what will tell, integers and any alphabets, it is known as complex number. Or you can understand like this, the numbers which are neither int and float are complex numbers. As you can see, the numbers which are not int and float, you can take it as complex. I'll show you this one also by executing it. Actually it's one, so I'm running it. We will get class complex. As you can see, class complex, the numbers or the values with a combination of integers and alphabets are known as complex numbers, or the numbers neither integers and floats are called as complex numbers. Next is list. I have told you about list. Once again I'll tell you. Suppose a list of fruits, apple, banana, etc. And the list are defined with the square brackets. Remember that every different types are defined with different brackets, and list is defined with the square brackets, and tuple is defined with the curly brackets. I'll tell you about that. So I am running it. Oh sorry, we have to change the variable x as fruits, then only we'll get the output, or else it will show error that x is not defined. You all can see it will show error now. So x is not defined. Once again we'll run the program. If you are new viewer to my channel and watching my videos for the first time, please go to my channel page and subscribe my channel and share this video to friends who want to learn Python. So as you can see, class list, it's very easy to understand them. Next, tuple, and this list and tuple. Okay guys, next one is tuple. So tuple is defined with a square curly bracket, and it will also have the list type only, but the difference between these two is the brackets and some properties. The properties I'll explain in the next video. So next, x is equals to range. Range is also a function type. and I'll show you. Chalo, x is equals to range 6, and here I'm changing the value x, and once we'll run it and check it. Range functions are mainly used in the loops so that the value iterates between 0 to 6. Means we will mainly use these values in the loops called as for loop for I in range 6. Then the value iterates between 0 to 6. Then we will print I. As you can see, then the values will be printed from 0 to 5. 6 will be excluded. So this range function is mainly used in the loops. So now there is no need to do the programs with range function. Only in loops we will use the range function, as you can see, 0 to 5. So range function, I think you have understood. The value which will provide between the range, the value prints the when we will give a value to a range, then the variable will iterate from the 0 to the excluded number you have given to it. Suppose you have given 6, then 6 will be excluded and 0 to 5 will be printed. Suppose 10 will be excluded, 0 to 9 will be printed. I hope you are clear with the range function. And next is dictionary. So dictionary have the key values and their assigned values also. Suppose name, you have given name and John. Name is John, age is 36. If you type name in the print, means you are accessing the name, then you will get a John in dictionaries. So these properties we will discuss in the next videos, but just understand what is dictionary. In dictionary there will be key values, name, and there will be assigned values also. As you all know, Oxford dictionaries, the words will be there and their meanings similar. And a set, in a set the values will be also same as list and tuple. Any sets you can write, but their properties and functions will be different. Just understand how we will define set with a flower brackets. Next, frozen set. Now frozen set, this byte array memory view bytes will not use much in our videos, but for idea we should know. Mainly we will use integers, strings, float, booleans, dictionaries, range, tuples, etc. And booleans, just remember what is frozen set, how we will define it. It is also a set, but we are giving a curly braces before a set, then it is a frozen set. You have to define it also as a frozen set. So I'll tell you what is boolean. Directly I'll do in the print function. 2 is greater than 3. Actually 2 is not greater than 3. Now we'll get a false statement. False statement means just we'll get a false. Means 2 is not greater than 3. The value false is known as boolean. When you are comparing any two numbers and the output is boolean. Booleans are very simple, don't get confused. When you are comparing two numbers greater than, equal to, etc., then that statement is known as boolean. Okay, next bytes. Bytes are declared by b and strings. So x is equals to b hello. So it is a string, but b will be there before every string. Then it is known as a bytes. Data types and byte array memory view are also same. We are declaring them with memory view bytes byte array. So I think there is less use of this one, so I am not stressing so much. Let's move to the next topic, that is setting the data type. Suppose x is equals to 1, it is there. Sorry, we have kept the 1 between two single quotes, then it will become a string. Next, y is equals to 2 or 2 is there. Now you want to add the values x and y, but we'll get an error. Why will get error? Because string and integer, two different data types cannot be added or subtracted, or any arithmetic operation you cannot do between two different data types. If two strings are same, then two strings will be printed side by side. If, as you can see, you can only consider string, not integer. So now we can change the data type. I have told you in my previous video, but I'm again telling. As you can see, int x, as you can see, int x. By using the data type which we want to change the variable, we want to change this variable which is a string to integer, so that we can add to this. Not only integer, we can put anything. We want to change to a string, we want to change to a float, as you can see, anything we can change, etc. Now I am going to change that as integer. Int means int, means an integer. I have given clearly in the PDF, you can learn from there. Just I am telling how to do. So every data type you can set so that you can add or do anything with your variables, because two different data types you cannot do anything. So again we got error. Next, x is equals to int x. Once you'll try. Now yeah, now you can see the value is 3. Just we are changing the value of x, I mean data type of x, from string to a integer, so that we can add our two variables. So I'm not going to tell you about all this, because you are just changing the type. You know, with every command called float, complex, you keep between your in front of your variables, and you will change the types, and you will add or do anything with your variables. So just I'm moving to the practice sets, and I'll tell you these 3 questions. Write a program to check variables data type. This is very simple question. I have already told you, so I think you may do it. Write a program to change the data type x is equals to 1 to a string. So I'll take example of this only. Actually we have done reverse. So now I'm going to change this as a string. X is equals to 1 to a string. So type x, now it will become a string, because I have told you clearly why it is becoming a string, because we have changed the value, change the data type, actually change the data type of a variable from integer to a string. It's very simple. As you can see, class string, we have changed the data type. Next question, write a program to add x is equals to 10 and y is equals to string 10. Okay, y is equals to string 10. Now we are going to change the value of y actually to a integer, so that we can add two values. I have told you we use only typecasting, so that we can get the two variables on the same data type, and we can perform any actions when the variables are on the two same data types. So y, print x plus y or y plus x, any other is same. So now we will get the value as 20. So I hope you are clear with the concepts of data types. In my next video I am going to tell you about other concepts of Python. So subscribe my channel to get the notifications. So as you can see, the value is 20. So in this video we have learned about all the data types in the Python. Clearly I have explained you in depth, and how to change the data types also. So you can download this PDF in my description. Thanks for watching.